the most vague message ever. Just be yourself. Like, just be yourself. Like, every single. Oh, just everybody flipping says this, okay? You can't just be yourself, because what if your being yourself sucks? But you don't even know what yourself is. So, what if you suck, you don't know that you suck, you could suck, you might suck? What if you can't even change the fact that you suck because you're not even aware that the fact that you actually suck? I hate this advice because it's so flipping vague. And it pissed me off because it would have me in these constant, endless cycles of thought. But I do see their point. Honestly, just be yourself is one of the best things that you can do to just, in all areas of life. Because if you stick with yourself, if you stick with your true authenticness, even though you don't even flipping know what that is, then you can achieve lasting success and true and success that you actually find more fulfilling because it is genuine. But if you don't even know what you are, then it's a waste of time. I know the road is so loud and I hate it every second, but that's the road, man. I see a future, just as many others do before me, where YouTube is not a game of how many edit cuts can you put inside of your video, how many tips can you learn, and it becomes more a game about how good is the person behind the camera. But under a utilitarian mind, how good is the person, the line in that transcript, means something completely different. It doesn't mean how good is the person, it means how good is the person. How well can they edit. That is how their mind works. In their mind, usefulness is the essence of all morality, and therefore the person behind the camera is only as relevant, as valuable, as the actions that they perform inside of the video. Despite the fact that I am much more than this video, and we all are. Do you want some honesty? You know, there's these YouTubers. This wasn't supposed to be about YouTube, but there are these YouTubers. These YouTubers, they tell you the truth. The truth. Right? The truth. They tell you the truth. And they big themselves up. And they act as if they are the only truth tellers in this world. They tell you this truth. And they change how you think and they change what you do. And their influence leads you to become a better person. Well, the other day, I was journaling and I came up with an argument against the self-help industry, which I think has some quality in it. And this is brutally honest. So tell me what you think. And if there's any words you don't understand, I mean, it's not that complicated, but if there's any words you don't understand, I'll explain it all. The radical utilitarianization of the self-help industry has made the followers dependent on the masters. The only way of breaking free is detaching away from self-help, creating a radical state of mind and body, to discover self-leadership and the value of true instinctive character. After this self-discovery, only then does the industry provide any lasting value, including memory. If you click on a video on self-help, or if you look at self-help from a certain lens, then you will see it as a strategy of tools, a series of tools that you can use to improve yourself. This is a problem. Self-help is about tools. That is a problem, okay? It's not just about tools. Like, you've got scientists in this space who will talk to you about the scientific reasons behind the tools. But really, at its core, self-help and self-improvement is tools. It is all tools. Like, some of the stuff is about goals, but most of it, the majority of stuff, the stuff that's considered like the holy grail of self-improvement, is all just tools. When you come on camera and you teach a tool to you, the viewer, you are making them a slave to your ideas. If they work. If they don't work, they won't follow you. If they do work, they will become your slave. But it's very hard to differentiate who is dependent on the YouTuber versus who is not, okay? You can watch, two people can watch the exact same video, and one can be enslaved to the video, and one can be free from it. You know, you see this a lot in the self-improvement industry, where people talk about cults, about these sort of tribal... it tends to be men's groups. These groups of men that are so tribal and cult-like. And there are a lot of arguments for and against this. I don't think it's that bad. I think the problem is, are the men inside of these tribes hiding behind the stronger men? Well, are the weak men hiding behind the stronger men? In a way of copying their techniques and tools to pretend they're something that they're not. And then I write, the only way of breaking free is detaching away from the self-help industry. I don't know if it's possible to become your own person when you spend your life dedicated to copying the tools of those who you wish to become. No, those who you want to be. Things that you want to have. Those who have things that you want to have. But here's the thing, right? Because it's not all doom and gloom, right? We're all dependent on something. That's exactly what they say to you in their videos. If anyone brings this up, that's what they'll say. We're all dependent on something. Yeah, man, we are all dependent on something. And that thing should be ourselves. Okay? Independence is not in having, it is in possessing. That endless quest to have things never ends up with an independent person. And guess what, bro? Independent people are the only people that can achieve. That can really, really achieve. Like, you can achieve. Dependent people are fundamentally limited. Have you ever felt like you're watching a self-improvement influencer and they're talking about some crazy story and you feel like your life is like 10 times less cool? Or maybe the reverse, you feel like their life is 10 times as cool. And they say that it's because of some sort of time gap, or it's because some sort of lack of effort on your part, or it could be anything, right? What if it was simply the fact that you're his follower and you are dependent on him, and he is independent, and therefore he goes faster than you? Instead of this whole weird exponential growth curve everybody talks about. What if exponential growth? Okay, this probably gets a bit... I don't have a lot of backup where it comes to it, right? What if exponential growth was only exponential because it took you this long to believe that you are the thing, and then it took you this long to become independent, and then all the success came? What would you say to that? I hope you're following along with this. I hope you can understand the words that I'm saying. I have this weird fear that you can't. I don't know why, but when I think of my younger self watching this video, the dreaded thought that he wouldn't be able to understand me absolutely kills me. I said this in my last video as well. It kills me to think that my younger self would click on this video, he would like what I'm saying, he would have watched this far, but he wouldn't understand a word, and he would click off this video and he would go back to his life, and he would continue the same rotten, seductive, evil patterns that has been propagated by all of these influencers. I'll leave it there. Glad you had a little taste of my wrath. My name is Sam. I've been reading way too much Nietzsche. Fix your brokenness for your purpose.